Liberals and their shady fundraising tactics. I'm Brian Lilly with TheRebel.media. I'm not sure what's up with liberals across the country these days, but they can't seem to help but get in trouble when it comes to fundraising. Maybe that's because they're using tactics that, whether they're legal or not, are looking pretty shady to the public. We've got problems in both Ontario and at the federal level. Let's start with Ontario and Kathleen Wynne's Energy Minister, Bob Chiarelli. He's been feted at dinners that cost as much as $7,500 a plate, and some of these dinners have been organized by energy industry lobbyists and populated by the very people that Chiarelli is in charge of regulating, the people that he can award contracts to, the people whose businesses he can make or break with his decisions. Does that seem kosher to you? Does that seem like it's on the up and up? Or maybe it's a little, you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours. Charles Sousa, Wynne's finance minister, doing similar deals, going to dinners that cost, again, $7,500 a head, organized by the people that underwrote this partial sale of Hydro One. That's a file that Sousa was in charge of. Again, raising money from the people that you regulate, the people whose businesses you can make or break. And now we've got the federal Liberals in trouble. Justice Minister Jody Wilson-Raybould is going to a fundraiser. Now, the stakes are admittedly much lower, just $500 a head. But this is a fundraiser organized by and for lawyers, the people whose lives the Minister Wilson-Raybould has an awful lot of say over. The lawyers attending this fundraiser, well, it puts her in a conflict of interest because these lawyers are going to be looking for positions on the bench. They will want to be appointed judges. The law firms that these lawyers represent, they're all looking for a piece of the action, looking to be the named firms to argue one side or the other in the inquiry into missing and murdered Aboriginal women. There's an awful lot at stake here, an awful lot of money, and even $500 and a bit of FaceTime with the minister doesn't guarantee anything, but it does bring in the appearance of a conflict of interest. Ujjal Dosanjh, former Liberal cabinet minister at the federal level, former New Democrat Premier of British Columbia, and one-time Attorney General for the province, has written a piece calling for this to be canceled. He says it's just wrong for Wilson-Raybould to do this. Let me read to you from the piece. He says, "It is totally incomprehensible to me how a minister of our federal crown, the Minister of Justice, and the Attorney General at that, participating in a private fundraiser with lawyers can be said to escape either the reality or the appearance of a conflict of interest." Dosanjh goes on to say that this will question the independence of the minister. He calls on it to be canceled. I say the same has to be done. Liberals are using strange fundraising tactics these days. They've been getting themselves into trouble. We've told you about some of them. Raising money off of third-party trips to Washington with the Prime Minister, or promising you FaceTime at the holiday party with various ministers. That had to be canceled. This one should be canceled as well. There are fundraising rules in place for a reason. Making people pay to play shouldn't be part of our political system.
Thanks for watching. Click here to never miss a Rebel update. Want even more of The Rebel? Well, click here to become a premium member.